because I have to tell you guys that this is the thing I'm dreading the most about pregnancy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another pregnancy update. Today's update is for weeks 23 and 24, so if you want to find out how those weeks went for me, then just keep watching. Here we are at another pregnancy update, and I have to say I don't think this one is going to be very exciting. I don't have much new to report, which is a good thing, I think. But as always, I will start by giving you some stats on the size of the baby. So in week 23, the baby was the size of a grapefruit, and that was at 11.3 inches and 1.1 pounds. So he officially surpassed the pound mark, so that's a pretty big milestone. And then in week 24, he grew to the size of a cantaloupe at 11.8 inches and 1.3 pounds. So just about a foot long and a little over a pound. So he's definitely growing. I can feel it. He's much higher now and his kicks much more up into my ribs. So he's definitely growing, at least in length. At week 24, the baby's see-through skin is gradually becoming more opaque. They have a pink glow, and the baby is developing a more consistent sleep and wake cycle. So in terms of symptoms, like I said, I really haven't had anything new. It's really just been more of the same and more intense of the same, I'd say. So still feeling uncomfortable, still having back pain. Some days are much worse than others. Some days, like, my whole body just is very uncomfortable. I'm feeling very stretched in the belly. Like, I honestly don't know how I'm so stretched and have not gotten stretch marks, and how I'm going to continue to stretch, because my skin on my stomach is so tight. It's crazy. So just more growing. I think baby had a growth spurt in the last week because my belly definitely looks bigger. And more back pain. Sleep is still not great. I've been waking up a lot in the middle of the night for no real apparent reason. It might be because I'm uncomfortable. I might just be waking up, but then I find myself just laying there awake, which I know is a symptom that they talk about, and they say that maybe it's to prepare for baby and that kind of thing. So that's definitely been happening a lot more often. So I'm more uncomfortable when I sleep, and I'm waking up and not able to fall back asleep. I mean, that's happened the last couple nights pretty consistently, so that's not been terribly fun. I'm feeling a little more like indigestion, gas pain kind of thing than I was in my last update. I just feel like my digestion has slowed because everything is a lot more cramped. So digestion is definitely something that's starting to be impacted. I feel like he's really starting to push on my esophagus and my stomach and everything that like has an aid in digestion. He's definitely pushing on those things. So it's become a little bit harder to digest my food, and also still continuing to be a little bit harder to breathe. One change I have noticed this past couple weeks is my skin. So I've talked about my skin quite a few times in these updates, and it's been pretty all over the place. So one of the very first symptoms I had before I even had a positive pregnancy test was that my skin was suddenly perfect. I struggle a lot with acne when I'm not on birth control, which I obviously was not. So I had had a long time of having really bad skin, and then all of a sudden my skin was pretty much perfect. So that was one of my first symptoms of being pregnant. And that really nice clear skin lasted until I think week 7 or 8. And then since then my skin has been pretty bad. There's been weeks that it's been much worse than others. I've talked about, I think it might have been in my last update, maybe the one before that, that I said my skin was really bad. Well, my skin has now gone back to being much, much better. I still have a couple of breakouts, like I had a nice big one here and a nice big one here, but overall my skin is doing so much better all of a sudden, so that's nice. I'll take that. Hopefully that lasts through the rest of pregnancy. That would be very welcomed. I'd be very happy to have nice skin for the rest of pregnancy, so we'll just have to see. It seems to just really fluctuate week by week. And that's pretty much it for symptoms. Like I said, there's really nothing too new at all going on. This isn't really a symptom, but kind of, I just can't really do things as easily anymore. Like shaving my legs is pretty much not happening. Putting shoes on is very difficult. Taking pants off is very difficult. Just everyday tasks are starting to become very difficult, and I'm a little nervous because I still have now today I'm 25 weeks, I have 15 weeks to go, and I'm already struggling with the basic daily tasks. So since I don't have very many symptoms to talk about, I'm going to talk about a couple of other things. So I had a midwife appointment last week, so week 24. Everything went really good. That is the appointment that they start measuring your fundal height, I think it's called. So like your belly button to your pubic bone, and everything was measuring great. And we just kind of talked about plans going forward for what's to come as far as appointments. I have one more appointment in 4 weeks. My appointments so far have been every 4 weeks, and then after that one, they start to get closer together. We talked about the dreaded gestational diabetes glucose test, which I have to do sometime between week 26 and 28. My next appointment is week 28, so I think I'm just gonna get it done at week 26 so that those results are in and I get it over with, because I have to tell you guys that this is the thing I'm dreading the most about pregnancy. I'm honestly more nervous for the stupid glucose test than for birth. And I think it's because I've heard a lot of horror stories. So if you've had a bad experience, please do not tell me about it, because I don't want to know. If you've had a good experience, if it was very easy, if it was better than you expected, that's fine, tell me. But if you had a bad experience, I don't want to know about it. I'm just nervous because, one, I've heard people throw up from it, and of course it's a fail. I don't want to fail because I don't want to do it again, and obviously I don't want to throw up. That's not fun. And mine is a 2-hour test. So I'm already gonna be there for a long time. I don't wanna have to do it again. And I'm also worried because you have to fast, and I've been waking up so hungry, and I'm just worried about drinking this disgusting drink on an empty stomach, and I'm just worried about it. It's probably something that's really dumb to be anxious about. I'm probably gonna be totally fine and look back and think I was silly for feeling this way, but I am very nervous about it. So that is coming up in the next week, and I'll be sure to talk about that in my next update. Another thing that's coming up in the next week is we are starting our childbirth classes. It's actually tomorrow, so that's our first one. Our classes that we're doing is a 5-week thing where 4 weeks are in person, like you actually go to a class. So the first 3 weeks are all about birth and labor. They talk about managing pain, they talk about various types of births, so like C-sections, they talk about just kind of the process of labor, all of the things that are involved in birth and labor. And then the 4th class is an infant care class, so like how to care for your baby once they're born. And then the 5th class is an online class, and that's about breastfeeding. So we start our classes tomorrow. It's once every week. And I'm actually really excited. I don't know why. I think it's gonna be kind of fun, and I'm kind of excited to meet some other couples that are in our situation. And again, that just makes everything feel more real. I wanted to get them done so we have less to check off of our list as we approach the due date. Like, I really want to just have as few things to do as the due date approaches. And so with that, we also scheduled our hospital tour, which is really exciting. So we'll get to go in and tour the labor and delivery and all of that. That's not until April, so I'll talk about that once we get there. But my next update, I will talk about the classes, because we'll have had 2, I think, by the time I film my next update. So I'm super excited about the classes. I don't know why. I think they're gonna be kind of fun. I'm still planning on doing a nursery plans video. I might start filming that today. I actually had some changes happen in my nursery plan, so that's why I haven't filmed it yet. But I now think I'm going to, so I'm definitely gonna be sharing that with you guys, because a lot of people expressed interest in that video. And then what else? I feel like I had a lot of things happen the last 2 weeks that weren't symptoms related, but like all this other stuff. Oh, my baby shower has officially been set. I am sending out invites, and I actually decided to just make all my invitations, because I figured why buy them or have my mom buy them, she's the one hosting it, if I can just make them. And they turned out super cute. I'll probably show you guys at some point, but they do have his name on them because friends and family do know his name, so I don't want to show you guys just yet. They also have personal information that I can't really share on the internet, so I have to figure out a way to like cover that up. But at some point I'll show you guys the invites. They turned out so cute. I'm obsessed with them. Literally love them. So my baby shower is booked and planned, not booked, but my baby shower is scheduled. My registry is in a pretty good place. I feel like there's always more I can add, and I'm not really sure exactly what to register for, but like it's in a really good place compared to how I felt a couple weeks ago where I didn't know at all what I was gonna be registering for, so that's good. So I'm overall in a good place in terms of planning. You guys know that I get anxious, and I'm feeling a lot better, having a lot of things checked off my list, and really the next steps for us here are the classes and the nursery. So I think I said last time that it was a guest room. All of our guest room furniture we completely broke down, so the bed's all taken apart, everything's taken apart, and I just need it to be moved out now, which I think is gonna happen this weekend, and then we can start painting and getting everything ready to come in once we have the baby shower. And then at that point, we're getting close, so yeah. Pretty exciting. So I think that's everything for this update. Stay tuned to the end. As always, I'll show you my belly. It's definitely popped out quite a bit. Feel like in the last week, like I said, I'm feeling it. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss that nursery plans video that I have coming, probably as the next video, we'll see. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. That was a long bye. Okie dokie guys, here's the belly.